Tan didn't pass a driving test. In theory, he was meant to assess the novices who were doing it. When Gamble performed it, only he believed it appeared simple and enjoyable. Tan believed he might succeed as well. He knew he would run afoul of Hicks after he ended up wrecking the rear of the vehicle. A few weeks ago, Hicks reprimanded a rookie for doing the same thing. With Tan, he would most likely be even worse. Gamble advised Tan to wait as he was equally afraid. She claimed that she might be able to fix the car covertly. When Deacon called for help, Tan was still in a panic. When Deacon encountered some gunmen, the entire crew was called in. The shooters were on the road. They started shooting at another vehicle. They weren't done trying to kill the boyfriend, so they shot up the man in the passenger seat and even followed the driver to the hospital. The female was unharmed, while the boyfriend had injuries. The bullet had only grazed her. She ran into Deacon while rushing her lover to the hospital. Deacon had attended what he hoped would be his daughter's final MRI. And as they pursued the couple, he and the gunman engaged in a gunfight. The fact that the hospital was packed didn't bother them, or that they hurt a number of onlookers. Only after Deacon began shooting at them did the shooters run away, because they didn't want to get hurt. Until his crew showed there, Diak remained on the scene. They spoke with the girlfriend. Anu Bose is her name. Yazu Singh, her lover. He was hurried to the operating room. Only Anu was able to respond to inquiries. She doesn't know why those individuals were shooting at them. Before recalling what had happened a few weeks prior, she initially believed it to be an instance of road rage. A few weeks ago, Anu thought she was being followed. This one automobile was all she could see. In case she didn't see the car again, she snapped a picture of it. The gunmen arrived in a completely different vehicle. Furthermore, the gunmen were all South Asian, and Anu never saw the man who was pursuing her in the original vehicle. Anu was no different. She was of that ethnicity, as was her partner. For the past year, they have been dating. He was her first committed partner. Her parents hired a private investigator because she hasn't told them about him. She was being followed around by the private investigator. The parents were looking for clarification. They hired this man to basically tell them what their daughter does since they weren't receiving that from Anu. It was really over the top. Hondo's toddler was experiencing the same issue. When Vivi was ready to start preschool, the parents couldn't agree on which school to send her to. Nichelle desired to send their lone child to a welcoming and open setting. Hondo intended to take Vivi to a location with metal detectors and bars on the windows. Hondo's favorite creche seemed to Nichelle like a juvenile detention facility. Hondo thought Nichelle's decision lacked coherence. When Hondo paid a deposit to reserve a seat for Vivi at his favorite creche, they were still bickering about it. Nichelle, however, learned of the deposit. She believed that they were fighting because Hondo had made a decision regarding their daughter without consulting her. A toddler was the source of their argument. How awful it must have been to be without Anu. Even though Anu was an adult, her parents were nonetheless curious about everything. Another daughter is theirs. The marriage of their older daughter did not work out. They didn't want the same situation for Anu after she got divorced. They desired to pick the man she would wed. They were suffocating their daughter, even though they believed they were helping. Vasu is loved by Anu. They have a long history together. If her parents' faith hadn't been an issue, she would have presented him to them. Anu shared her parents' Hindu faith. Vasu was Sikh. Anu believed that this was the reason her parents would dislike him. It turns out that Vasu was an extreme, which is why her parents dislike him. On his website, the college student advocates for a Sikh separatist movement, similar to what happened to India when the British established Pakistan.